Ahoy cruisers, welcome to another show of Cruise with Ben and David. Coming up, we've got 10 essential things you need to know about river cruising.
So yeah, we're going to be looking at a whole range of different river cruises, just like Emerald Waterways, who offer luxury cruises all around the world in Europe and Asia, where you get to experience authentic culture and beautiful, delicious cuisine in the most stunning destinations in the world. So number one, we were absolutely blown away at how amazing these riverboats are.
Yeah.
They are truly floating luxury 5-star boutique hotels, aren't they?
Yeah, did you have the misconception before that it was going to be a little bit more rough around the edges?
Absolutely, yeah. So we got invited to the Cruise Line International Association Riverboat Show in Paris just a few weeks ago, and we got to experience 6 fantastic riverboats from 6 different companies. My gosh, we were so surprised, really surprised how high-end they were and how beautiful they were inside, especially with all of the amazing panoramic windows. And when you're sailing, you are so close to some of the sights.
So most riverboats will actually feature a sun deck where you can catch some tans. They'll have
Catch some
tans, catch some rays.
a few tans.
There'll be a nice lounge with panoramic views for you to watch the world go by, as well as a restaurant. And some include a small fitness centre and maybe a sauna, maybe a hot tub.
Even some have a hot tub. Some river cruise boats have swimming pools as well. So
Yeah.
it just depends. It's like ocean cruising. There is so much choice, so many destinations available, and so many ships to pick from. It's awesome.
And another thing that I thought was that the cabins were going to be really, really, really small.
Me too.
But we were completely blown away by actually how much space there was in the cabins and how luxurious they were.
Yeah, and on basically all of the ships we went on, they were all sort of balcony cabins with amazing, beautiful panoramic glass windows. The whole wall was a glass window with beautiful views, and as we said, you can almost touch the scenery outside. It's that close. It had all of the modern features available. I think some of the cabins we've seen were actually much bigger than what we've seen on ocean cruises. But we were really, really impressed. All of the rooms were very luxurious, and just everything you would find in a normal little really luxury boutique hotel.
Yeah. As you'd expect, the boats are much smaller than ocean cruises and a lot more intimate. Typically, a river cruise holds between 60 and 200 people max, which means that you're not going to feel overwhelmed when you're on board, and you're going to have a much more intimate experience with the cruise staff.
Absolutely, you will really get to know the onboard crew, from your waiters, cruise excursion people. They'll get to know you, they'll get to know exactly what you like and all of the things, even things like how you take your coffee or your tea. It's just lovely. You really get a friendly atmosphere, which is much more intimate and not the big massive areas that sometimes you got on cruise lines.
Yeah, a lot more calm and a lot more relaxing and
Absolutely,
a lot more,
yeah.
you know, you're not going to be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Well, river cruises, as you'd expect, is all about destinations. It's all focused on the destination, but there is stuff going on board as well.
Yeah.
You're not going to obviously see big West End productions, but you are going to see some really unique shows on board.
You get to see some of the local performers as well. So what's great about being so close to cities is that the cruise lines bring on local performers. So you could be in France and see some local performers from that region. So it's really special. You get really immersed in the culture.
And also, as we mentioned, there's all the beautiful outdoor sun space as well, so you can be relaxing there. But it's also a great place to get fit and do some wellness.
Absolutely, yeah. Lots of the cruise lines run yoga classes, different classes throughout the day. You can even go cycling. Lots of these actual riverboats have cycles already on board. So when you get to the destination, you can just go and cycle around and see the area that way. It's so fantastic. So next we're going to look at the dining on riverboat. Lots of these ships have world-class chefs on board, using all of the local ingredients from the places that you visit, which makes the food even more tastier. Again, being immersed into the culture of the destination that you're visiting.
Yeah, as you said, you'll often find that the menu reflects the region that you're sailing through. So if you're in Europe, in Germany, you may see a lot of German dishes, borrowing from the area that you're going through. And it just makes for a well-rounded cultural experience.
Yeah, the dining is very similar to what you would find on ocean cruises. There's often a buffet for breakfast and for lunch, and then a big sit-down meal in the main restaurant in the evening.
And some may have a smaller snack bar, maybe in a lounge or something as well. Maybe if you didn't fancy sitting down in one of the main restaurants. But also you can get off the ship and go and dine in some of the local restaurants around you, because you are going to be so close to the cities and to the towns and everything.
Yeah. Unlike ocean cruising, you don't usually leave very early in the evening. You usually stay till quite late. And then, as David said, you can go enjoy an absolutely beautiful meal in one of the stunning restaurants located all around the destinations that you're going to be visiting. And actually, as well as the dining, drinks are usually included as well. So drinks with meals would usually be included on most of the cruise lines. And things like room service and things are available on several cruise lines as well. So it is very similar to the ocean cruising method of dining.
Some cruise lines actually encourage you to bring maybe wine on that you've picked up in port. Bring it on board, you know, and enjoy it with your meal, enjoy it in your cabin. Bring on food maybe that you've got in port as well.
Yeah.
So it is really, it's less restrictive as ocean cruises where you're not allowed to bring things on, whereas this is more go out into the town, find some nice things, bring it on board, enjoy a glass of wine that you've bought in the port. You know, it's just a lot more relaxing and again, it's a lot more well-rounded cultural experience.
Absolutely, and as you said, getting on and off the ship as well is also very easy. It's much quicker than getting off an ocean liner. There's no queues, you literally just walk off into the city and then walk straight back on.
Yeah.
It's great.
So Europe is the most popular destination for river cruises. Some of the rivers include the Rhine, the Danube,
The Seine in France.
Yeah, and with these, they are going to be port intensive, but you get to see lots and lots of ports on your cruise.
Yeah, and because these rivers are so big, there is a huge selection of itineraries as well, which is great. So there's something for everybody. There's also cruises in more exotic places as well. China now seems to be a massive place where it's taking off as well, where you get to see some absolutely incredible scenery.
Yeah, and there's also the Nile, the Amazon. I mean, cruising up the Amazon, that would be incredible.
Yeah. Obviously, these river cruises are so much smaller, so they get into the places where an ocean cruise would never be able to get.
And like we also mentioned earlier, you dock so close to the centre, you're steps away, and you just do not get that with some of these big cruise ships. So you're literally going to be parking right in front of the Eiffel Tower. Unlike an ocean cruise where you'd be docking in Le Havre, which is like a 2-hour journey away.
Yeah, and obviously you get the safety with that as well, because your safety of you being on your own ship, excellent security in all of these ships as well.
Yeah.
It's taken very seriously. But yeah, river cruising offers some absolutely spectacular itineraries and once in a lifetime holidays as well. It's really cool.
Isn't it weird though, when you dock, that sometimes you actually dock next to another boat and you have to walk through another boat to get to your boat?
It doesn't happen very often, but when sometimes in smaller ports, the ships double up on the dock, so they will park right next to each other. And like David says, you have to walk through the other ship
weird.
to get onto your ship, but it's so cool because you get to see a different ship, don't you?
Yeah, but it's sort of like, you're kind of walking through and you're like, ooh, this looks
really nice.
And then you go through the next one, you're like,
who even knew that happened? It's something you learn something new every day though. So let's talk about the cruising on ocean cruising.
On river cruising.
So let's talk about the cruising on river cruising. Unlike ocean cruising, oh my god, all of these cruisings, it's so hard. It's a bit of a tongue twister. There will be barely any sea days. And if there is a sea day or river day, it will be done purposely just because of the scenery will be so spectacular. You'll be very close to it, so you'll see all of the beautiful sights.
Yeah, the ports are generally very close together, so actual sailing time is actually not as much as you would expect. And they want to maximise the time in port as well, so you actually find yourself in port a lot longer. And it just means that every day you'll go to bed and then you'll wake up the next day with a new destination.
Yeah, and some places where there is a lot to do, you'll always find that some river cruises actually stay overnight as well, so you can get 2 full days in the destination, which is really cool as well.
But that's great, like you say, because unlike ocean cruising, it means you actually really get to experience a city as a local or a destination as a local, and you get to see both sides of the day and the night, which you don't usually do when you do an ocean cruise, because you're usually out there before 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock.
Yeah, and I mentioned that getting on and off the ship is very easy, but also there's no lengthy transfers into the centre of where you're going, because you'll always mostly be in the centre already, won't you? It'll usually just be a short walk away. Like in Paris, you park right in front of the Eiffel Tower, which is absolutely fantastic.
You're literally steps away from the town, and you're actually encouraged to come and go from the ship, get off the ship, go for lunch, get back on the ship, just like you would if you were staying in a hotel right in the centre of a city or a town.
No seasickness. Because you're travelling on rivers, there's not all of those big waves, so you will never suffer seasickness. So if you are prone to this, or you're really worried about this on an ocean cruise liner, you've got nothing to worry about on a river cruise.
Yeah, and the river boats are actually designed with a flat bottom, which makes for
Oh, wow.
a flat bottom.
Flat bottom,
Yes.
missus.
Which makes for a much smoother sailing experience. So you can literally be gliding down the rivers.
Sounds delightful.
And most of these cruise lines actually offer complimentary tours in the ports as well, which is great because that can eat a lot into the budget of a cruise. So you can factor that in when you're looking at doing river cruises.
There's excursions for all levels of exercise as well. So if you want to do something more intensive or a little bit more exciting, there's excursions for that. Or if you want to take it easy in a more slow itinerary, there's that as well.
And like you mentioned earlier, some actually have bikes on board, so you're able to get off and explore the towns at your own leisure.
Absolutely, yeah. And if you, like David says, if you don't want to do any of these tours, that's absolutely fine as well. You're free to roam off and just enjoy and do whatever you like.
So who are we going to find on board, Ben?
Well, it's not just for baby boomers, trust us. We had the misconception that cruising on river is just for old people, and it really isn't. It's for everybody. You'll find probably a lot more older people than younger people, but it is for everybody. Anybody can enjoy one of these river cruises, and we were absolutely blown away.
Traditionally, river cruising does skew older with older people. However, there is a real big push to actually lower the age of river cruises.
Yeah.
So some cruise lines, such as Uniworld, are actually designed for millennials. They offer cruise ships that are more, the decor is more arty. It's even got pictures of Taylor Swift and One Direction around the ship, and it's got sort of crazy decor and things like that, and a real focus on wellness and fitness and health. And another thing that people always say, which isn't true, is that children are not allowed.
Yeah.
Well, actually, some river cruise lines do have children, and they've even teamed up with Adventures by Disney to offer a river cruise experience that is catered for families, and that matches the luxury of a river cruise with the knowledge and the storytelling of the Disney guide.
So guys, we hope that our video has brought you a little bit more information about river cruising. We're very new to it as well, so this is all a brand new adventure for us as well. So let us know in the comments below what exactly you love about river cruising. And if you have any questions as well, let us know in the comments below as well, or follow us on social media. We've got a fantastic friendly community who always love to help each other with questions, don't we? So make sure you get following us now. So guys, I guess that's it for this time. Make sure you subscribe to us below to keep up with all of our latest videos, including river and ocean cruising.
And don't forget to hit that bell button so you get notified as soon as a new video is uploaded.
So I guess that's it till next time. Happy river cruising!
You know what I thought a river cruise was going to be like? Do you remember, like, I just thought it was going to be like a barge.
Yeah, me
Like,
too.
you know, like a wooden, I thought the room was going to be just like a wooden box.
I genuinely did not know that they were like literally beautiful hotels inside.